Welcome back to Skippers, and welcome back to second half week, the finale week. Today we're doing second half bust. This is tough if you have these players and you like them, but these are guys we think are going to underperform their awesome first half in the second half. Avery, Jared, Drew. Before we get going, subscribe, like, comment your players. Join the Discord if you can't get into the Cord because the links never work. We will send them to you.
Yes, and play Owner's Box. Right, we have our own code, so you use it.
Skippers 5.
The more you use it, the better we look. So keep using
5.
it. Yeah, Skippers 5.
Jeremy Roach, start us off.
All right, my first guy.
Your only
I had him as I forgot we only picked one guy. That's my bad.
Yeah.
Thank you for catching that. He was my sleeper this year, Marcus Stroman. He's been great. Under 3 ERA. He's got 2.75 ERA, which is insane. His expected ERA is potentially the biggest difference between ERA and expected ERA in the MLB. His expected ERA is over 4. You look at his counting stats, like underlying stats, they are not good. Like in his last 30 days, he has an expected ERA of 4.67. Now he does have the worst run support in the MLB, which is never good. So wins are potentially going to be an issue. Quality starts have been I was looking into that too. He's been under 90 pitches in his last 4 starts. So that does worry me as well. But overall, if you look at his barrel percentage against, like those stats of hitters actually hitting him hard, they're actually worse than 2018. And in 2018, he had an over 5 ERA. So you look, everything is just not looking good on Marcus Stroman right now. So I think that, look, he's been amazing. Under 3 ERA, like,
you'll take that.
Like great, like you're taking for the value that you got him, and when you draft at the start of the year, you probably got him like 10th, 12th round,
maybe later than that.
Yeah, maybe even later than that. I think
got him
it's
with the last pick in our Yahoo League.
Yeah, I think that we 100% can expect a downfall here in the second half. I just don't know how much, but I'm expecting it to be pretty significant.
I can't disagree with that.
No, that's a great pick.
All right, Drew.
All right, so I have another Marcus S., but this one's still a member of the Blue Jays. It's Marcus Semien, all-star for the Blue Jays this year. First half, 277, 22 home runs, 67 runs, 56 RBI, and 10 stolen bases. So that's just amazing. He stands out along with Ohtani and Rodon as players vastly outperforming their ADP so far. I've seen multiple rankings, though, that have Semien as a top 15 batter, top 10 batter rest of the year. I think we need to pump the brakes on that a little bit. I'll get into some stats here. So I feel like Semien's a player that's benefiting from the Jays hitting in Dundee and Buffalo with 22 home runs so far this year. For example, if he played in Kansas City, he'd only have 11 home runs. And with the Jays moving back to the Roacher Center, even though it's a hitter's park, you could see those numbers dip a little bit down because I don't think he's going to end up with 45 home runs in the end of the year.
Buffalo is statistically the best park to hit at 4 home runs this season.
Yes. His slugging, 528, expected slugging, 439. So there's a stat there, shows his expected. This is a bit of an overperform. He's racked up 67 runs, batting at the top of the Jays lineup. As Springer's returned, he's been batting 5th. But I could see them coming back this week and Springer's all of a sudden batting leadoff. And Semien's dropped back to 6th in the Jays lineup, which would mean less run opportunities. WOBA, 372, expected WOBA, 328. Batting average and balls in play, 317, getting pretty lucky. So while this has been a breakout, I mean, he was an AL MVP 3 years ago, but it's been a pretty big breakout this year compared to ADP. I think it's time to lower him down a little bit, see what you can get from him in a trade. If you can get like a real like Soto or someone who's been doing worse, that's a better player. Like I'd try and make that trade. He's solid, but he's not the elite guy he's been so far. So I think second half will decline a little bit.
I'd agree.
Yeah, Jays are going to have a short leash on him too. Like if he starts hitting bad, like has a stretch, then they'll put him down to 6th or 7th in the order, like based off that talent. Yeah, based off that talent in that order. Like that's one of the big issues with Semien is he's in such a good lineup, and it's going to be fierce competition. They're never going to put Bo down there, and they're never going to put Springer down there. It's going to be Semien. It's the guy they put down.
All right, another AL All-Star is my second half bust, and that's Adolis Garcia of the Rangers. First half, 270, 22 homers, 62 RBIs. But his 242 expecting batting average is obviously 30-point difference. His 527 actual slug versus 480 expected slugging. Obviously a big difference there too. 31% K rate is bottom 6% of the league. 4.8 walk percentage, bottom 6% of the league. I think Adolis Garcia had a great month. So I looked at his monthly splits. March and April, 242, 5 homers, 14 RBIs. May, he hit 312, 11 homers, 27 RBIs. Then June, he hit 242, 4 homers, 14 RBIs. So I think he's closer to a 242 hitter with 5 homers, 14 RBIs every month more than he is an 11 homer, 27 RBI guy. He was also a rookie this year too, so people I think are going to start being able to pitch him better second half of the season. I think the one hot month was kind of a one-off thing. He's going to be a good asset. He'll steal a couple bases here and there, but I do not think he'll put up the value that he had in the first half. I don't think it'll be close.
That's a great call.
Yeah, huge value with the home runs here, but I mean, no one can hit like what he was hitting. Is like it's not sustainable, and like if he's not hitting home runs, he's a strikeout guy. So like it's bad. When it's bad, it's bad.
That's a great point. When he's hot, he's hot. When he's cold, he's gonna be really cold.
There's a lot of people like Schwarber was like that too.
Schwarber's like
Tyler
that.
O'Neill.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Sometimes you like to stay away from those guys, but when they're on your team, that is fun to watch. I'll tell you that.
Yes,
Hobby bias too.
Yeah, but that's all I got. Anything more from you boys?
No. Comment below your second half bust. We want to hear from you.
Join the Cord. Follow us on Twitter.
Love that. Thank you everyone tuning in. We will see you next time.